Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Ted Holiday bringing you a Ghost Recon Wildlands closed beta review. Now, anybody knows me never knows I've never done a review. A couple buddies personally messaged me and said, "Hey, I don't have access to the closed beta. I know you do videos. Can you do a review on it? Tell us what you think, and so on and so forth. Whether or not you're impressed, or should we be amped up about this and whatnot." So I'm gonna give this a shot. Ghost Recon Wildlands is a open world military action RPG. A lot of elements there. Just think GTA Online. Think meets Splinter Cell. Very unique combination, and it worked out really well. First, we're going to talk about character customization. There's literally thousands, if not tens of thousands of combinations to make your ghost unique to you. I've spent maybe 2 or 3 hours just putting together outfits for my ghost. I had so much fun just customizing my ghost. You can customize everything from the hat that you wear to the glasses to the earpiece or headset, shirt, your vest, your backpack, tattoos, gloves, pants, um, boots, everything. You can put on ghillie suits, everything except for facial sliders. You cannot change the actual facial structure, but besides that, everything is completely unique to you. And I've joined probably a dozen or so public co-op games, and I must admit, I didn't see a single person that looked identical. Everybody can be unique, and you can look pretty much exactly how you want to look, minus facial sliders. Here we're looking into the weapons. The Now keep in mind that this game, the closed beta, is only 5%. 5%, so the very tip of the iceberg of the entirety of the retail game that'll be coming out on March 7th. So, but even with just 5%, I felt like there was still a lot of options, even with the small amount of weapons. And by the way, speaking of the weapons, each weapon felt unique. Every weapon shot differently. Even different types of AKs shot differently, or different types of SMGs shot differently. And the way that these guns shoot, they feel very good. They feel as close to real as you can possibly get on a video game. I had a lot of fun shooting, and the mechanics were really good. So we're going to talk about gameplay. You have the option to be quiet or loud. I'm going to talk a little bit more later in the video about um, how quiet is versus loud, but you have that option. The choice is yours. If you want to go in guns blazing, you can do that. Now be prepared to take heavy fire, and some of these enemies can be very strong, even for a 1 star out of 5 star starting level. So the choice is yours. You play the game how you want to play the game. Um, I and my buddies and I, we played on Ghost difficulty, which is the highest difficulty. So we often chose the quiet approach, which worked out very well. We still died, but it was fun, and we were able to complete a lot of missions that we probably wouldn't have if we hadn't chose a quiet method, or if we hadn't communicated. The vehicles, they do what they should do. Now, there's been a lot of talk about, I've seen a lot of YouTube videos, people talking about how the physics and everything is so off and so terrible. You can drive up mountains and so on and so forth. Yes, on this game you can drive up mountains and hills and so on and so forth. And yes, you can do all these kooky things with vehicles. But for the most part, the vehicles do exactly what they're supposed to do. Motorbikes, you can see here I'm popping a wheelie. Motorbikes and sports cars, they can make sharp turns, very quick turns. They have high acceleration and high top speed. That's what you expect from a motorbike or a dirt bike or a sports car. That's what you expect. So they do what they're supposed to do. Then you have other cars like minivans or tractors or semis, or 4-door sedans. They don't have that top end speed, that acceleration, and they don't make those sharp turns like some of the faster vehicles do. As you can see here, trying to make a sharp turn here, it doesn't work out as well as it does. Like they do what they're supposed to do. The respective vehicles perform the way that they should. Now there is, like I said, you can drive up mountains, but just, I mean, logically speaking, you're playing a game. You have the mission. You have to get from point A to point B. Let's just say you have a timer. If you can't climb up mountains with these vehicles, you may not complete that mission on time. I mean, just logically speaking, it's a game, so sometimes the physics don't always apply. But if that's your deal breaker, then that's your deal breaker. For me, I don't care whether or not I can climb up the side of a mountain, and it doesn't matter. That's not why I'm here. I'm not here for the vehicles and how the vehicles work. I'm here for the game and the story and other things of that nature. Anyway, fixed wing airplanes fly like fixed wing airplanes. Helicopters are a little bit slow and they don't maneuver as well as a fixed wing, but they're much easier to land. All these vehicles do what I expect them to do. They handle the way I expect them to handle. There's over 60 vehicles, and even playing 30 plus hours over the weekend, I still didn't touch all of them. Like, there's so many vehicles to choose from, and they all feel relatively good. So if you're in the game for vehicles and stuff like that, it's not, and how they handle, it's not your, this is not your type of game. That's not what this game is about. Here you'll see a parachuting scene which shows off like the seamless transition between, you know, parts of the map and stuff like that, and it's so good. I love the way the parachuting feels on this game. I've jumped out of quite a few planes in as my time in the military, and it feels good. This feels as accurate as you're gonna get to parachuting out of a plane on a video game. So now I just want to talk about a video, Marco Styles, and let me just say up front that I really, really enjoy Marco Styles. He's one of my favorite YouTubers, but one of his big gripes were switching from third person to first person when aiming. Well, there's an option there that where you can toggle that on and off. So that's, if that's a big gripe, then they have the ability to fix that in the game. Also, another thing that I was hearing from Marco Styles and a couple other people that posted videos was this game is one of those kooky games where you run around and you have helicopter battles and tractor battles. Well, to that I say, you get out what you put into this game. Marco Styles mentioned how he spent majority of his time exploring and looking for kooky stuff to get into. Well, if that's what you're looking for, then that's what you're going to get. And if that's what you want to do, that's fine. This game has the ability to do that. But for me and my time, me and my buddies and I, we spent 95% of our time completing side missions, completing main story missions, or gathering intel, or trying out new weapons, or trying out this tactic or that tactic, and communicate. Like, we actually took the time to do what the game was intended to do, so to speak. And that's what I got out of the game. I didn't get that this game was some kind of kooky, let's run tractors into each other type of game. I got this as a military action RPG shooter. So, um, while this game is not perfect, please keep in mind that this is a beta. This game is not complete yet, but this is the time that we need to take as a community and post your videos, post your feedback, and give this information to Ubisoft, and let them know, hey, in this video, this is what I saw. I don't know if your quality assurance guys caught this, but just wanted to bring that to your attention. So instead of us saying how this is glitch and this is buggy, we need to keep in mind it's a test. It's a test beta. This is what they allowed us to play this game for, so we can get a taste of it, notice any problems, bring these problems to their attention. So overall, I just wanted to say this was an outstanding game. I was very, very impressed with the map size. With just 5%, I was able to play for 30 plus hours and never really got bored of that little chunk of map, to be completely honest with you. The missions, however, I can't wait to get further into the missions, but the map size was so huge, and weapons choices are huge, the customization is huge, the gameplay is great. There's so many um, little little physics with the gameplay, like the bottom of your shoes would get dirty, or your clothes would get dirty if you're running through the dirt, or if you lay down on your back, you'll see that your backpack is now dirty. If it's raining, you will see that like your hoodie or your bandana will start to droop because the rain is making it damp and or wet and heavy. So there's so many little things that I enjoy about playing a video game that I see in this game. Um, the game comes out March 7th. Like I said, action RPG shooter, military shooter. You have the ability to customize your ghost any way you want. If you want to spec strictly into making your drone amazing, you have the option to do that. If you want to make yourself more tanky, you want to make yourself a better sniper, or make yourself a better explosives person, the choice is yours. Anything that you want to do in this game with your character, you can do it. And speaking of that, mission replay. All missions are you're able to replay all missions. Now I've replayed all the missions maybe 4, 5, 6 times. Each time I completed a mission, it never felt exactly the same. There's you miss a shot, now all of a sudden you've alerted the whole compound to your presence, or now you've started a search. So people who were in one spot before, they've now moved over. So anything can change the way that the complex sees you, or how the game plays out on that particular mission. So a lot of replay value, beautiful graphics, huge map, a lot of great guns, and it's really fun to play with teammates. So that's about it. Like I said, this is my first review. I don't have a script or anything like that. I just put key points up. If you guys have any questions at all, please feel free to leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Any questions. Peace.